Ladies and gentlemen, what's happening now? My name is Dee Curran. Today we have the distinct honour of hosting a legendary figure of world football, a man whose career has spanned decades and who has left an indelible mark on the sport. In this special interview, we'll be diving into a memorable chapter of this goalkeeper's career. His first ever appearance in European football was just happened to come against Derry City in the Brandywell in 1990. This marked a significant milestone not only for this man, but also for Vitesse Arnhem as they ventured into European competition. We'll hear firsthand about the anticipation, the challenges, and the unforgettable moments of that fixture. So sit back and relax, because I'm about to get Derry nostalgic with Raimond Van Der Gouw. In September of 1990, you're 27 years of age, playing for Vitesse Arnhem. Tell us about life as a goalkeeper for you then.
First of all, I came from another club, Go Ahead Eagles, and I went to Vitesse Arnhem, and they were playing in the second division in Holland. But my first season, we became a champion. And the season after, we ended up so high that we played European football. So the third season, when I was 27, we played against Derry City. And that was my first experience as a football player in Europe.
In terms of growth, reputation, and future ambitions, what was it like for the club to be in Europe?
Well, that was a big thing. It was the first time abroad, playing in Europe, and then you go to Ireland. And Ireland, of course, was already a little bit special, but for me, it was more than special, I think. Going to Ireland, a special experience with all the things what was going on in Ireland.
Obviously, there is the incident that happens before the game. Were you briefed about what was going on in Ireland at the time?
Of course, we knew that the IRA was, active. And they were talking about the bomb. I didn't know exactly what was going on. But before we arrived at the stadium, we saw a lot of police. We saw a lot of military people as well. So, there was a little bit rumor in the dressing room and in the bus.
Was there ever discussion of the game not kicking off at all once you heard about the threat?
I knew that they were talking about it, but I was so focused in the game, I thought just focus on the game, just expect that the game goes on, and don't let other things be a part of that you will play a bad game.
Going into the game, Bert Jacobs had said that your squad were going to respect Derry City and treat them as if they were going to be any other tough opposition. But were you feeling confident going into the game, progressing to the next round?
Well, you never know. It's football, and it can go either way. And Derry City was a tough opponent, and you don't know how it goes because it was our first European game, and so you have a lot of question marks. So the funny thing, what I noticed, what I remember now, was that the goal was from Iron, and they had, around what was it? Was it round post? It was not what I really expected, and it was a little bit thinner than normal. And the biggest thing was, the pitch was not completely flat in a way of, it was going a little bit uphill if you're standing on the one side.
How tall would you be, Raimond?
How tall I am? 1.91 m. That's about 6'3".
Well, on one end of the pitch, you would be 10'3", because that's how big of a drop it was.
So I'm right, eh? Yeah.
You're 100% right. The famous slope of the old Brandywell pitch. Yep, you're 100% right.
Yeah.
It was decided by one goal. Of course,
yes.
You left the Brandywell with that victory. Did you find it a tough game?
Yes. It was never an easy game. It says enough if you win 1-0. It's not a lot, but you play away, and then I think it's a very good score.
Well, Bert Jacobs surmised the game and said that you started off nervously and the
Mm.
side overall weren't impressive, but once the goal was scored, the fixture was no problem. Would you agree with those comments?
It wasn't easy, but it gave us confidence that we didn't have to be afraid of them. You know, one of the things is if you go to England, Scotland, whatever, the name in football is most of the time teams are playing that very direct, and that can be a problem. That can be a challenge for a team like us. But I think we coped well with that.
Second leg happens a week later. It ends 0-0, and Bert Jacobs admitted that your side were very lucky and considered that Stuart Gold was denied a penalty when he was about to tap into an open net. Do you think he may have had a point?
Yeah, that could be a turning point, of course, in the game. One goal, either way, it doesn't matter. It will turn the game, because if City would score, then then the game is open, and when we score, it's over.
Our local newspaper had written about the match itself and how the crowd got on the team's back and claimed that your own supporters started shouting abuse. There was a flag in the corner that was burnt, and some of the home fans even started singing Derry City songs. But the away fans, when this happens, does it make you a bit nervous?
Well, when you're playing and you know the crowd is your own crowd is against you, you never feel comfortable. So it was not our best game, and I think Derry City deserves the compliments for that. But at the end, one thing is counting. That was the result, and I think one of the other things is it was still the first leg, the first round. Not the first leg, but the first round for European football. And of course, the players were a little bit nervous. So this is one of the things that we didn't play our best. But you can also say that Derry City did a good job.
That season, you would keep 4 clean sheets, up until when you were eliminated in the quarterfinals against Sporting Lisbon. When you look back, do you feel that the club's first adventure in the European competition helped influence your career?
Yes, I think it will help always your career. It's always good to have the experience, and when it goes well, you will get more confidence. And if I look back at my whole career, I started at Derry City, and I ended up at Man United. So I just go a little bit in the future. And the funny thing of all is, when I went to Man United, I played more European games than Eric Cantona at that time. But proud of that.
That's very, very good. That's a great stat they have there, Raimond. Absolutely. And you would play Derry City again with Vitesse Arnhem back in 1992-93. You came to the Brandywell 1-2-1, won the game at your own ground 3-0. Was it evident, though, at the time that the Derry City side wasn't as strong as the time you played them in 1990?
Maybe. I think in the time we played more years. I think the squad was getting stronger, and the players had more experience. So that helps you a lot, and then you know what you can expect. And I think that's one of the reasons why we did so well.
You mentioned Manchester United. I don't know if you remember, but you also played a fundraising friendly at the Brandywell in the year 2000. Did you arrive at the stadium and think, nothing has changed about this place in 10 years?
Oh, it was so funny. I couldn't remember when it was exactly. It was in 2000. But I remember that we went at Man United to Derry City. I thought, Derry City? A friend was in the preseason, and I thought, I've been there before. And, Roy Keane and Dennis Irwin, they came from Ireland, and they said, yeah, it's nice, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yes, I've been there. So the most beautiful thing of all is, after the game, we had a drink, and Dennis Irwin said to me, hey, Raimond, listen, now you have to drink a Guinness, because the best Guinness you can drink in Ireland. So that was my first Guinness beer in Ireland. I never forget that.
Was it nice?
Oh, I expected this question. Then it was already finished. I was just halfway. And he said, Raimond, the first one is always terrible, but after that, it's getting better.
Bomb aside, what were your personal feelings about the games that you played against Derry City Football Club?
My feelings, well, I will never forget it because it was my first European game. I had a good feeling because we won, we came through, and away game was 0-0. And I spoke with the goalkeeper. We swapped the kit, the shirts. I had a good feeling, a warm feeling with Derry City, and I didn't know at that time that Derry City was so famous in Ireland.
Raimond, thank you very much for your time. It is greatly appreciated, and thank you 1,000 times.
Yeah, you're welcome, Dee.
And a big thank you to you for watching this video as well. Make sure you check out all our other Derry Nostalgic interviews, including those with the European theme, as we go through the Europa Conference League in 2024. We'll be back with Match Night live on the next Match Night, so make sure you join us on FM, DAB and online, and make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel to keep up to date with everything that we are doing outside of our broadcasts. My name is Dee Curran. Have a good day or have a good night. Either way, I'll see you next time.